Missy never dreamed that her husband would dare to eat a $1,500 lunch. What's worse, there's a woman's handkerchief in the photo. It must be because of that incident that she provoked him. Akita's father sent a bunch of mushrooms, so he made a mushroom dinner. But Hiroshi wasn't happy about it. It turned out to be the same dish she ate for lunch. The next morning, Missy asked her husband to take pictures of her lunch, so she wouldn't have to repeat her dinner. Missy is better than most women at this. She waited all morning for a text message from her husband, just so Hiroshi could have a delicious dinner after a hard day's work. Finally, it was time for a break. Watching her subordinates taking pictures, Hiroshi says it's like they've never met. But the next moment, he remembered his wife's advice. He had no choice but to take a picture of the window. Meanwhile, Missy, who had been waiting for a long time, saw her husband's lunch. When she zoomed in, she realized that it was an expensive restaurant. Actually, Missy is the least qualified to say that, because she always ate out with Shin while her husband was at work. At night, he would look at the same old food. Hiroshi thought it was pointless to pass on photos, because that trendy coffee and lunch, there was no way to tell what kind of food it was. When Missy opened it, she realized that her husband had not only resent a clear picture, he even said that the minister was buying. It seems that he knows that his wife is cheap. He thought that if he brought his own food on the third day, there wouldn't be any problem. But the minister was called at short notice. He had to discuss a proposal with a client, so he had to eat out for lunch. When he got home, Missy accused him of not letting his co-workers eat it. But Hiroshi thought it was his wife's lunch. He thought it was his wife's lunch, so he couldn't let anyone else eat it. So he decided to have it for dinner. But Missy didn't want her husband to eat cold food after a hard day's work. So she brought me some mackerel with miso sauce. But she didn't realize that the dish was exactly the same as the lunch. I wondered if the couple had conspired in advance. In the end, Hiroshi chose to eat his lunch. Although this happened 3 days in a row, Missy is trying her best to be a good wife. Hiroshi is also working hard for the family. Do you envy this family?